we got some news,
Mm-hmm.
some recruiting news. A four-star QB named Matt Ponatoski has put the Alabama Crimson Tide in his top four, and here he has Arkansas, Kentucky, and Oregon. Now the Crimson Tide's expected to host him for an official visit in the month of June. Now we don't have a commitment from a 2026 QB, but we're looking to add a signal caller. And get out of there, ads. We don't like you.
Haha.
Don't
Get
do
back.
yeah, don't do that to coach.
So, if you all haven't noticed, or if you all haven't been reported, he's actually set to visit this weekend on the 6th. And I told everybody in this class that we would definitely go and target at least two quarterbacks in this class, and possibly two developmental pieces that understand their developmental curve and what they can develop into as they sit behind Keelan Russell for foreseeably maybe the next two seasons, right?
Ooh.
And we're looking at the development of this gentleman here. He's not going to wow you with speed or anything like that. He's not going to have the measurables, that's going to wow you. But he kind of fits the same build and the same type of frame that you get out of Keelan Russell. And what else does he do on a high level? Vertical passing. He layers his balls very well in the vertical passing scheme. Now, coming from Cincinnati, Ohio, he's playing in the same type of competition ball level that you see Justin Hill, current Alabama defensive end, true freshman, early enrollee, outside linebacker, defensive end, what you want to call him, edge rusher. You see him and the type of skill set that he's bringing. And he's playing at a level to where he's in the rotation as a true freshman at the University of Alabama. So this young man is not foreign to competition. He's going to see quality level of talent at that level that he's playing in, but the vertical passing scheme is something that's attractive to him. And you see the ball there. He layers his ball very well. The timing is there. Not the strongest arm. Not going to wow you with the way he spins it. I like that one, though. That one was on the rope there. That was a confident throw. Go back to that throw for me there. Look at how confident it was. He didn't care what he saw something in that drop back, and he knew he had what he wanted, and that timing was there. And he fired in there, and he rips it when he's able to step into that throw. It's a great ball. Not going to wow you with anything, but definitely a consistent guy, developmental project, one that you could see development to like a dynamic game manager, not necessarily a game manager, but a dynamic guy that can operate your offense at a high rate.
Ooh. It's always fun watching him. Like, I'm hoping we can get him. Like that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, and this is a young man. He might grow another inch, end up being in that 6'2", 6'3" range. But stocky, strong build, 6'1", 195 right now. You get to Alabama, you're going to put on 10, 15 pounds of muscle with that strength and conditioning and nutrition program there. But a smart kid. Like I said, he's not going to be able to outrun any defenses when he gets an open field, but smart and decisive. Manipulates the pocket very well. Like I said, the vertical passes is what is attractive about this prospect. But there's another quarterback in this class too, man. I don't know if they talked about it recently here, but the young man, what's his name? We have him coming on campus. I think not Saturday, but the 20th, that weekend of the 20th, I believe.
Huh.
I gotta find it. I don't think he's confirmed yet. But we're trying to get him for the Big Bama weekend for that visit when the big names are going to be there. Some of your bigger names are going to be there the weekend of June 20th. But yeah, that's my take on Patowski. I think Panatowski, I'm sorry. I think he's one of those prospects that understands he's going to come into a situation where they're looking for him to develop and be ready, once the transition happens. If this project works with Keelan Russell, which I got pretty high hopes and I'm pretty reassured that it will.
Are you talking about Jet Tamala from Iowa State? Because I'm thinking, I'm wondering if that's the guy you're talking about.
I think he either was announcing or there was some buzz announcing that we were going to get a visit an actual visit announcement from him, because he's starting his campaign off at Iowa State. His recruiting visit campaign. I think there was something saying that we were supposed to be in line. No official announcement yet on the date, but I would expect for a prospect like him, another 4-star, possibly going to end up being a 5-star in this class, in Jet Tamala, but a developmental prospect. Depending on what he sees, this scheme, another vertical passing threat. Both in this recruiting class, I truly believe that the Stafford is going to go until God. They're going to go after a guy that his strong point is the vertical pass, right? And then develop everything else in within the philosophy, within the system, based off the skill sets available. So, if that is him, Jet Tamala, I'm going to have to check again, but it sounds like him, because whoever it was, they were already verbally committed, and they already have a destination, or their visits already set, and Alabama's targeting them to come on the 20th.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can get him out. Like, that would be cool to get him from Iowa State. Just be like, no.
Pull up my chart, man, because the websites have some guys on there that I don't really think should be mentioned when it comes to the interest level, and that's one thing I'm trying to get with a team of people, to set up a database to where we can post prospects based off of interest level, realistic interest level, and give our gauge on probability of this prospect leaning towards Alabama. What's the ballpark? Not just cool, warm, or hot, but like, what's the realistic percentage or level of interest? And, give it a little spin, give people a little bit more insight.
Alabama Big Homie 334 says it's Jet Tamala.
So it is?
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and pull up some highlights of him right now.
And I think he will come on the weekend of the 20th, man. That's going to be an attractive weekend for any prospect. If you're getting on that list, you're going to be here that weekend with all of the current Bama commits. Most of them will be here. Kamari and the Gainesville trio are here this weekend. Xavier Griffin and those guys. Ooh. They actually are here this week. So
there we go. Man, that. Ooh.
Now Tamala is an improviser, not fast by any means, but a strong runner. You see right there, he's kind of unorthodox in his mechanics, but it works for him at that level. That's what I'm saying. The vertical passing game is his strong suit. You clean up some mechanics. You see the timing is there. You see the ball. Didn't overthrow him. Had a few steps on the DB, lays him in stride, and it's his strong suit, man. That's what you're going to see on this film. A lot of vertical passing.
Ooh, there we go. Oh, he's running. Ooh, he's running like a rabbit. Ooh, there he is.
I think he's going to be like a 4.6 guy. Laser speed, but in-game speed. It's all about instinct. You got a different type of adrenaline rush. And my thing is, I look at the level of competition he's playing against. He's seeing some kind of like some spy roll coverages and having to dissect maybe one or two reads. And he's confident in his throws. He's confident in what he's seeing.
Oh, there you go.
Like I said, improvise. He can improvise. Not going to be one of those guys that get out the pocket and you're going to be scared of him outside the pocket. It's just how he manipulates the space in the pocket, how he manipulates, steps up, creates time, creates a little space. Vertical passes. He's confident on all of them. In breaking, out breaking, anything 14 plus, he's confident on them.
Oh, he's improvising.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. He's not fast by any means. If anything, if I was to compare him to a former collegiate quarterback, he reminds me a lot of Joe Burrow.
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying? Like Joe Burrow, he beat Bama up with his legs. Believe it or not, 2020 or 2019, I believe that was.
Yep, 2019.
It was like 6 or 7 runs in that game where his legs just kept them in the game.
Ooh, that's huge. You get a young man that's compared to Joe Burrow. That's a huge win right there.
And like Alabama big homie saying in the chat, look at the comp he's playing. Um, I say just look at it. Look at the coverages. Look at some of the dropbacks and things that's happening and the timing. My thing is look at the comp that's playing with him. Look at the assets he has available, and he's making these guys look like D1 prospects in his passing game. And I guarantee you, he may have one on that roster that's 6'1". The rest of those guys aren't necessarily going to pass the eye test when you're talking about D1 prospects.
Oh
Improvise.
man.
Look, this is what I'm saying right here. You get what I'm saying? He's not going to show the rest of that play because he's not going to break for 60, but he's going to improvise. He's going to give you a chance.
There you go.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. You adapt, you overcome, you improvise.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Love seeing some improvisation. Man, that is. I hope we get him. Like I want us to get Jet.
And I don't know what the selling point would be for the quarterback in the 26th class. It would have to be maybe an underrated guy that's really just going to dive into the understanding the system. And there are a lot of smart guys, quarterbacks in this class. A lot of 3-star guys. Samaj Bills is one that's kind of floating under the radar. Just his recruiting is kind of interesting. He's more of the athletic type of quarterback that we see. Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer and Nick Sheridan, this staff, they kind of develop and see his skill set develop and become elite. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start catching interest from him late in June and then earn an official visit from him during the season. So just a few names that are out there that probably aren't getting the buzz right now because of how early it is in the recruiting season. Going to be interested to see how everything unfolds as we continue to see guys get added to lists, taken off lists, and all of that stuff.
Oof. Man, oh man, it is going to be so fun watching these guys come to Tuscaloosa. But we've got another one. He is a 6'3" wide receiver who can run a 4.4 40-yard dash. He is Owen Cabell. Ooh. He's got offers from Indiana, Vanderbilt, and others. Right now, he's got a 3-star rating from multiple recruiting sites as a 2026 prospect. And he finished the 2024 season with 973 receiving yards, 1,204 all-purpose, and 14 total touchdowns. And wow, yeah, he's good. I wonder what he can bring for as soon as the ad gets out. We're gonna get that ad out the way.
But, so looking at just his skill set alone, Jackson, you got to look at what Alabama is starting to target in the wide receiver room. You have Derek Meadows, a big body receiver that's committed, right? You have Isaiah Horton on that roster. Jalen Hill fits the mold, maybe not 6'3", but plays 6'3", 6'4". Isaiah Horton, we know is 6'4", 6'5". 6'3", 6'4". And you got Derek Meadows, 6'5". You got Sedarian Morgan, who I have strong scoop level that he's going to be committed to Bama. And then you go and you get another bigger body that can play in multiple positions on the field in a 6'3" frame. Owen is one of those wide receivers. You don't have necessarily you don't have Cole Adams' speed, but you have Cole Adams' skill set in the route running. Gets off the ball well, strong in catching, strong hands, and can stretch the field. He can stretch the field. You get what I'm saying? And he's not elusive. Like right there, he just broke that tackle. That's a strong runner. That's not an elusive run. And then he gets out. That 4.4 speed shows up. So I look at the skill set, man. Alabama targeting, Kalen DeBoer, Jamarcus Shepard's staff, they're targeting. They have a type, right? They have a type. You see a lot of these slot plays. He's working out of the slot. 2026 prospect coming in. Cole Adams is eligible for the draft after this season. And then if he decides to come back, you got a developmental prospect with similar skill sets that you start to develop in that same type of role. In Owen, I think that's where he comes to Alabama in a similar type of role as Cole Adams. Or even I would even compare it to possibly having a role like we saw from Kobe Prentice, a possession type receiver. You're going to put him in every time it's third in line the game. We saw Kobe Prentice active last season. And I know he's in the portal, and we kind of saw Rico Scott step up in that position. So that type of player, that type of style. And then you got to think you're trying to find a guy to possibly match with Sadarian Morgan for the future of your wide receiver room. And then you might sneak around and get a Booby Feaster commitment in this class too. So
that'd be a win there. We can add Booby Feaster along with this guy. That'd be a win.
Man. Booby, Sadarian, and this guy. I don't think we get Booby and Sadarian together. Just being honest, it would be a long shot. The wide receiver room is still going to be crowded even after this year. So it's just about, taking advantage of the opportunity, man. And I think a lot of these prospects are waiting to see what this offense really looks like this season. These offensive targets that we're going after, the wide receivers, running backs, the tackles, tight ends. The guards are solid. They know what they mean to this pin and pull type of system. So it's not hard to pitch the interior offensive lineman, but your running backs, it's kind of hard to convince them, hey, we're going to balance this thing out. We run the ball, It's not a quarterback run system.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, see, strong run right there.
But this is my house now. Oh, he's blocking. Oof. I don't think
man.
Oof. I don't think he wants to be messing with him again.
Look, downfield blocking. Physicality. Oof. And see, you understand. He understands that he has to showcase value in other assets than being a receiver. By the way, he just set his film up, and you see that with the guys that we're getting. These aren't just guys on the field that's just smart. They're smart in how they present themselves. Kayla DeBoer, Courtney Morgan, this staff, they have. Look at how he stretches that. Oh my God! If his quarterback had a little bit of an arm. Go back to that. Look how he closes that gap. He didn't even give a good jab step there. He just climbed up in his cushion. So he did, man. He closed that cushion so fast. I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like his stride. Oh my Jesus! Go back, Jackson. Go back. Jackson, go back. Oh Lord Jesus.
Oh, jeez. Oh man, he's like,
oh my God, that was beautiful.
Oh man, let's watch that one more time.
That's old school there. Oh my God. Oh my God.
He's like, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Okay, Mr. Owen. Okay.
Oh, there you go. One foot.
Okay, Mr. Owen. We see you. The voice of Cosmic Book. Hey, speak up, Mr. Owen. We heard you. We hear you, Mr. Owen, over here. Yeah, that he would definitely be a great addition. And you said this is a 3-star?
Mm-hmm.
He's our Lacier Brooks for this class. You hear what I'm saying? The type of value that he would bring to the roster, underrated, clearly. Solid route runner. He's got quality hands, got the speed. He would be the Lacier Brooks for this class. And I'm not saying skill set or anything like that. I'm just saying the value that he would bring if we were to get his commitment.
Oof. That would be huge. Like,
oh yeah,
loving what this young man brings to the table.
Right, 100%, man.
Oh man, it's like imagine him being on the Crimson Tide lineup. Like, we're going up against somebody like, say, oh man, like that. There's someone in the ACC like we're going up against like a Missouri or somebody like that, or we're going up against Tennessee or Auburn. It'll feel like a college football equivalent of baseball buds,
Yeah,
where like all those guys are just doing the little conga line, hitting the home runs.
thanks, man.
There you go.
Another name that'll be coming here in the next 2 weeks, man. A lot of people have been kind of quiet on him. 4-star Caden Prothro. I just did a show the other day about how I felt like Texas was kind of in the lead for that one, and I feel like maybe Georgia would slide in there, but he's coming this weekend. He's already set his visit for this weekend. Um, if he, Griffin, Matthews, and who was the other one from that area up there? I forget the other one. And they're all. If we can get like some type of pipeline connection interest going there, these guys are not opposed. And I used to put it out last season. There's a super chat text, right? There's a super team group text that these prospects are starting to build. Like when they start leaning towards different schools, right? They start getting these group texts, and I'm telling you, man, once those things start happening, these kids start seeing the future, and this staff is. I don't know the word verbatim, but opportunity is a great word to be able to pitch and showcase when you're recruiting. You can look at Kalen DeBoer, Ryan Grubb's first year. Everywhere they've been, you've seen freshmen scattered throughout their production in that first year of them in their time in their tutelage. I mean, their tenure as a coach. Yeah, Prothro, he's him, and there's no question about it. I remember when he first came on the radar 2 seasons ago. Myself and Brody Smoot, we were talking about this young man. He was probably like 6'2", 6'3" at the time, and I said his frame, he looks like he'd be a 6'6", 6'8" guy. And the fact that you still see him with this type of explosiveness at 6'6", 6'5" right now, 6'6", I think he's 6'6" right now. That's a specimen to kind of deal with. Look, I mean, just look at the size difference. Look at that DB. You got a 6'6" wide receiver running quick tunnel screens, yards after catch, physicality, everything is there.
Boom. Oh, no, you're down.
Jump ball.
That's
Gotta be right. Gotta be right. Well, not really. He was scared of it. He was looking for it to come. He's a dog, man. I just couldn't imagine trying to. I don't know the pitch there. I don't know how you pitch to him that you got Derek Meadows in front of him, right? You're going to have possibly Sedarian Morgan in that room. Caleb's going to be a valuable target that I think we're going to push. Owen. I call that man Caleb. Owen Cabell. There's going to be a guy that we push. I think you're going to see the initiative for his skill set. I don't know, man. I don't see Alabama really pushing for more than 3 wide receivers in this 26 class. Now, the 27 class, I think we see a quartet of guys really be targeted, and they're going to have an initiative to get 4 wide receivers in that 27 class. But this 26 class, 2 or 3 guys will suffice with how much production you plan to have returning after this season.
Oh, man. It's pretty cool watching Prothro. And I can't help but wonder anybody else that we need to be on the lookout for, because there's a few people that you said that came to mind. Huh.
I mean, I'm glad we got Xavier Griffin coming early in his visit season. Yeah. And then he's here with his teammate, Jamarian Matthews. Kamari Brooks will be here this weekend, the edge rusher out of Bogart, Georgia. They'll be here this weekend. Corey Barber, hometown kid in Hoover, Alabama, out of Spain Park. Got to see him play live last year. He's committed to Ole Miss right now, but I got to see him play against Russell County High School last year in the playoffs. And he's a guy to deal with at the wide receiver position. We talk about Panatoski, and I'm Kamarian Johnson out of Muscle Shoals, Birmingham area. That young man is so underrated, and I can't wait for him to, continue to get the exposure that he deserves. He'll be here this weekend. And you look at his frame, his size, he's going to be a bandit type guy for Alabama, 6'3", 260 already. I think at his playing weight, Alabama's going to be, anywhere 6'3 and a half, 6'4 to 280, kind of like a Keon Keeley type of build.
I remember Kamarion Johnson. We did a video on a breaking news update on Alabama with the Voice College Football when he committed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that is so cool.
I remember, and what's crazy is I think I still have the picture. So, spring of 24 when he came for the unofficial season. He came on A-Day, I believe, and that's when I met him in person. I was out bowling that night with some of my community at the time, when I was just doing content on my page, and we, took pictures and hung out. I'm really tight with the family, and he's silent in his commitment, and they're not shy about letting people know who they would like to join the Bama squad and who they don't think is a good fit. They really possessive about their class right now. Him and Xavier Crowell, and people don't believe me, but I think we're in good position for linebacker Nick Abrams too. Like I really do. I know a lot of people think it's Michigan or Oregon. I think Nick Abrams likes the feel he gets at Alabama.
There we go.
The smoke scoop, man. Y'all sneak and see. You think you slick, Jackson. I love recruiting. You trying to get me to spill all the beans. I ain't gonna give it to him though.